7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Sold Online, the online information solution business service through legislation.gov.uk for all clients at all levels in all problems. Again, topic today, solved online legal solve online legislation updates for business solutions and legal aid part 2. Yes, we're gonna go through part 2. Again, it'll be a 20-minute program. Again, and we're gonna have, like I say, dictionary, obviously, which is to show the root meaning of words in law for business solutions. Again, solved online. YouTube platform is to report on, again, business solution through legislation.gov.uk for by reviewing and highlighting past and present acts. Yeah. Again, like, share, comment, and subscribe to help build a global online business solution system on accountability, sustainability, transparency in growth and protection. And the motto, Solved Online knows that there is no business like the king's business. Like I said, there will be, again, giveaways, online books, articles, gift cards for the future. So, like I say, stay tuned. Again, Solved Online provides solutions, discoveries, documents, proof, show demonstrations, again, directions, instruction, and accuracy, in correction. Like I say, let's get to that 1,000 subscribers to start our online tutorial, webinar, seminar, and how to be able to teach people how to research like a lawyer, barrister, solicitor. Yeah, so we're gonna go and continue. But before we do that, we're gonna check if there's any updates in legislations, because again, it's publications every moment, every day. And like again, that's business, parliamentary business. I got a comment. Yes, I I say great. I appreciate passing through again. So we're gonna get straight into legislation.gov.uk again. Yes, big up. What is that? Big up, my brother. Easy one. Yeah, for passing through. So we're gonna, like I say, just highlight the whole, new legislation, any new legislation that is impacting our life today. So here we're gonna go, like I say, homepage always. This is legislation.gov.uk. So, on this page, you could find anything to deal with your life. So we're gonna go down always legislation published recently, and it's UK statutory instruments, and that's 7. Yeah, do you know this is the place where you could find all of your, updates on legislation. So again, the first one, again, those that have a company, like I said, these are very important things. People that are working every day in and out the system that has all of these different things that it operate in their life, they need to know about. So again, the first one is the company's shareholders' rights to voting confirmation regulations 2020. Yeah, also the Manston Airport Development Consent Order 2020. And then you also have, again, the taxation of chargeable gains, gilt edged securities order 2020. If you know about that, like I say, if you're in that type of business, again, you know what that means. We also have the International Tax Enforcement Disclosable Agreements Coronavirus Amendment Regulations 2020. Yeah, international. If you're working in international, say, you'll be getting your updates again in different departments. And there's also the Climate Change Agreement, CRC Energy Efficiency Program scheme, and Energy Saving Opportunity Scheme Amendment, EU Exit Regulations 2020. Yeah, so this is very important. That's a scheme where you could save money. And there's also Electricity Capacity amendment, etc., coronavirus regulations 2020. And then last one, you have the merchant shipping safety of navigations regulations 2020. Yeah, so this is all of the new legislation that has been passed today. Say these are all important. If you're doing business and you need to get updates on new legislation that affects you in your day-to-day life, let Solved Online know, and like I say, we'll be able to provide you with the solution also. Like I say, if you could direct message me in my all my medias, it's on the link, to this live stream. Yeah, you could see all of the donation, of support channel. And like I say, yeah, just keep liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Like, just spread the word, spread it to your neighbors, friends. So at least, those that do want to know the law, properly, they could be able to know it through legislation.gov.uk and Solved Online that is provided all of the information. Yeah, so now we're gonna, like I say, get back to legal aid because that's important. So we're gonna slowly go through all of try and get through all of the parts, the sections, and see how far we get. Yeah, today's a 20-minute program. So I'm gonna, try to, get through as much as I can in this program. But there's gonna be many parts. Sometimes we even, like I say, go back to the whole act in this section. But just gonna continue. We're gonna open up, again the legislation in the original Queen's printer version. Yeah, so it's very important to know about the Queen's printer version. All right, one moment. Again, comment again. Love your show. Appreciate it. Passing through. Again, me too. This show is fab. Appreciate the messages. Like I say, thanks. Yeah, so like I say, continue liking and sharing and subscribe. Like I say, we all being distracted at the moment. So again, if it's good to allow everyone to be able to again wake up from all of the things that they're going through, to be able to know that there is a place that can help, provide information that is accurate, that is again the toughest of the law. So you'll be able to again get a better understanding of the law and what is operating in this present. You know what I'm saying? Not you get theories, not anything to deal with, conspiracies, just straight law, which is here, which is parliamentary business, which is happening right now, which is operating right now. So again, so it's gonna continue with with this legal aid. Yeah, so just gonna go through and go down. Yeah, so I did mention about all of the sections, and I'm just gonna, like I say, for most important sections, I'll pick out, even though all of the sections are important. Like I say, you could catch up, on your spare time. I'm gonna go through. So it shows you again, again, Legal Aid Act 1988, and goes an act to make new provision for the administration of and to revise the law relating to legal aid, advice, and assistance. So very important to know. Yeah, so as it shows you here, preliminary. Again, it shows you the purpose of this act is to establish a framework for the provision under parts 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 of advice, assistance, and representation, which is publicly funded with a view to helping persons who might otherwise be unable to obtain advice, assistance, and representation on account of their means. So it's very important. So it's saying helping persons, yeah. So it's to help Again, it's also publicly funded. You can see, like I say, shows the two. One goes this section as effect for the interpretation of this act. So this is the interpretation part. So it gives you, the interpretation of what advice means. So I'm gonna go through it. So I'm just gonna, like I say, go through the main parts. Because advice means oral or written advice on the application of English law to any particular circumstances that have arrived in relations to the person seeking the advice, and as to the steps which that person might appropriately take having regards to the application of English law to those circumstances. So that's what advice means. And it goes assistance. Assistance means no. So assistance in taking any of the steps which a person might take, including steps with respect into proceedings having regards to the application of English law to any particular circumstances that have arrived in relations to him, whether by taking such steps on his behalf, including assistance by way of representation, or by assisting him in taking them on his own behalf. So that's very, very important. So that's what assistance means. And then we have again representations. So representation means representation for the purpose of these proceedings, and it includes all such assistance as is usually given by a solicitor or a counsel in the steps preliminary or incidental to any proceedings. B, all such assistance as is usual, so given in civil proceedings in arriving at or giving effect to a compromise to avoid or bring to any end any proceedings. And C, in the case of criminal proceedings, advice and assistance as to any appeals. And it shows you and relating expressions have corresponding meanings. Yes, so I just want to show you this important number 8, very important, very, very, very important. This is a very, very important individual. So this is like just to, like I say, highlight the very important. So in case when you are getting, assistance represented, by solicitors, counsel, and you don't feel like it's right, and you go through all means. Like these are the people that you need to know. These are the things that you need to know. And that's why number 8 is very important. That's why I'm highlighting this importance. So one moment. Yeah, that's why I'm highlighting in this importance. So number 8, it shows you the Lord Chancellor may, if it appears to him to be necessary to do so for the purpose of fulfilling any obligation imposed on the United Kingdom or Majesty's government in the United Kingdom by any international agreement, by order direct that such advice or assistance relating to the application of other laws than English law, and is specified in the order, shall be advice or assistance for any of the purpose of this act. So look at this, look what I'm saying, right? So this individual, he has power, like so much power that he again approves the application of his international agreement, and again he makes sure that again all that obligation is again passed through the other members of the United Kingdom, the government. So he is basically the highest association or the highest body in law, and that is a very high, other than the king, he is the highest body. So if there's any issues, like I say, he is the individual. So just gonna go through some more. So I'm gonna show you. So number 10. I'm just gonna, like I say, just get in with the meanings. Show you this again. So in this act, person does not include any body or person, corporate, or unincorporate which is not concerned in a representative, feudatory, or official capacity, so as to authorize advice, associate, assistance, or representation to be granted to such a body. Yeah, so 11 in this act, legally assisted person means any person who receives under this act advice, um, assistance, or representation, and in relation to the proceedings, any reference to an assisted party or an unassisted party is to be constructed accordingly. So again, that will be it for the interpretation. So that's very important to like know about these things. Very important. So I'm just like I say, breaking through just like a little teaching, just to show you that again we do go through these things in, detail, in depth. So like it's not just saying things like, just some opinion. Like we do go and we do make sure that we get to the point. We do, as you can see, there is law books, there is dictionaries, so we do know things in detail. Certain words that might, seem alien or seem foreign to everyone. As a layman, we do check, various updates, various links. So it's very important. Like I say, Soap Online is giving you the most, like I say, highest, solutions, highest degree of, information when it comes to actually going forward, because this is what really everyone needs. Like I say, the distraction is very strong. So this is what, again, the world is facing, and this is what we're trying to, like unveil, direct everyone back to the actual Lord. So yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna pause there. Yeah, not gonna continue. Um, yeah, I got some things to again carry out. So I want to pause there. I'm gonna go to now dictionary. Just got a word. I'm gonna do a part 3. Gonna go to a word because this part 2 is a very powerful part that we need to go through. And they talk about, like I say, the legal aid board, very powerful. So again, the board and all of their members and who got authority. Like I say, you just know everything, just breaking down. Like I say, this is for the future. This is for children that is gonna come and gonna be in all sorts of problems and do not know which way to go. So, like I say, Soap Online is able to show them the way to go, the way to help themselves, the way to protect themselves, the way to grow. And this is what it's all about. I'm saying, if you're not doing nothing else, nothing other than this, guiding everyone in a protective light, in a, like I say, growing light, then, like I say, not interested in, again, the opinions. It's all about, again, law, facts, the king's work, and that's really what it is. So now, like I say, when I go over, I'm just gonna share the first. I'm gonna share what's going on. Again, the next screen. Very important to know. Like I say, we don't no playing around, no distracting the youths, trying to keep them on a very knowledgeable way. Because like I say, this law is for every means, military, ministry, administration, every means. So the word I picked out is legal. Yeah, so this is good to know as we're in on the legal aid. So just picked out the word, and let me just put some more here. So again, it says legal and conforming to the law, conforming to the law. Yeah, according to law, required or permitted by law, not forbidden or discounted by law, good and effectual in law. Freeman versus uh floor was it floor Packins. See, so you can see what it is. And it's also prefer or sufficient to be recognized by the law. Say cognizable in the court, competent or is it accurate, equate to fulfill the requirements of the law. So cognizable in law of in court of law and distinguished from courts of equity. This is very important. So constructed or governed by the rules and principles of law in contradict with it. So in contradict with a dictation in distinction interdictation. Yeah, the word to rules of equity. So that's very important. But then 4 is it posited by the courts as the interference of imputation of the law as a matter of construction rather than established by actual proof. So that's a bit different. Again, that's lawful. So I could say lawful one is established by actual proof. That's very important. So created by law, lawful or of or pertaining to law. Again, as to legal consideration, damages, debts, demand, defense, disability, discrediting, yeah, and states incapacity, the irregularity, the memory, again, mortgage, proceeds, relevancy, again, remedy, reversion, and tender. See those titles. Again, as you can see, is a bit trying to see clearly. Yeah, so as you can see, like these are again legal terms, and what I found out, like I said, what I realized even more, that equity and law is a bit different. So, and it shows you also, again, this one created by law. So legal is created by law, and it also states again, so posited by the courts as interference is right, interference or imputation of the law. That is different. I say as a matter of construction rather than established by actual proof. So again, that is very much like things to understand. So the actual law is the proof, and again the legal is the construction of the proof. So it's the makeup of the law. So the legal makes up the law in itself. Yeah, so that is it's very important to actually know the difference. So as you can see, so it's a legal framework because the law is the proof. So like it's like you having the blueprint and then you have a building which is made up on the blueprint. So like the ground is the actual law, and then the building is the legal framework that is upon the ground. If you understand, no, yeah. So that is really, again, the legal aspects of it. So the actual proof is the law. So again, if you're in court and again you're up against a legal contest, If you have the proof, you will win the case. If you have the principle is normally the proof. So if you have the principle, again, you will win the case. So again, principle leads in this type of matter. Yeah, it shows you again. So rules and principles of law. So if you have the rules and principles of law, then again you will win. So that's very important to know. Again, now, like I say, yeah, this show is the last show for the week. So following week coming, we'll start back with part 3. So we're gonna go through again the legal aid board. So we're gonna back with part 3 at the start of the week. So Monday coming. Yeah. So again, we'll have a long weekend. And again, appreciate everyone for logging on. Solved Online, the online business information solution service through legislation.gov.uk for all clients at all levels in all problems. Again, and today was again Solved Online legislation update for business solutions and legal aid part 2. And dictionary, which is to show the root meaning of words in law for business solutions. It's a YouTube Solved Online YouTube platform is the report on business solutions through legislation.gov.uk by reviewing and highlighting past and present acts. As you can see, we've been doing that perfectly, just going through everything. Like I say, like, share, comment, and subscribe to help build a global online business solution system on accountability, sustainability, and transparency in growth and protection. Like I say, this is a place where you definitely can see growth and protection. And Solved Online knows that there is no business like the king's business. Like I said, I appreciate everyone for passing through again. Meet me on in the following week to continue Legal Aid Part 3. Again, have a great weekend, everyone, and peace and love.